What's up, witches?
Happy
Instead of
Halloween.
bitches.
Oh, I
Get it?
I got that one.
Welcome back to Arsenic and Espresso. I am Alice Arsenic. This is my co-host Josh. And if you are new here, we like to react to metal music. So we are reacting to Her Ghost in the Fog by Cradle of Filth. I listened to Cradle of Filth for the first time on this channel. We reacted to Nymphetamine Fix a week or so ago.
That was a good song.
Has it been a week?
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's
sometime.
like just over a week.
But it was the very first time I listened to Cradle of Filth, and I kind of really liked them.
Yeah.
So the next day, I listened to a bunch of their music.
I have not listened to anything else by them. So this is completely new for me. But this is the song that everyone has been recommending, really from the get-go.
Yeah.
But especially since now that we have reacted to them once before.
Yeah.
So I'm stoked about this. This fits right into our spooky themed reactions.
Yeah.
So if you guys like what you see at the end of the video, make sure you hit the like button and click the subscribe button too, so that you don't miss out on any of our content.
Her Ghost in the Fog.
Her Ghost in the Fog. I keep calling it something different every time too.
I know, you never say the same thing twice.
I can't. All right.
You got to put the
Ready?
video on the thing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do without you. Honestly.
Not much.
All right, ready?
Yes. Oh, that
Ooh,
same
this is
aspect
creepy.
ratio.
Yeah. Oh, this is super spooky.
Is it though?
It is. This reminds me of like well, not every, but this is set up like a spooky.
Yeah.
The moon she hangs like a cool portrait. Softly whisper the bidding of dreams. And this tragedy starts with a shattered glass heart and the midnight bear trampling of dreams.
All right, so this is a completely different sound.
Yeah.
Is that that's not the, what's his name? That's not the lead singer guy though, right? Is this another?
No, this
feature,
is someone
or-
else. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So I'm not completely insane. That is somebody different. Okay.
He's like 30 years older.
No tears, please. Fear and pain may accompany death, but it is desire that shepherded certainty, as we shall see. She was divinity's creature that kissed in cold mirrors, a queen of snow, far beyond compare, lips attuned to symmetries of everywhere. Dark liquid eyes and a radiant nightmare. He should have wanted colors from a brother fast. Until all the good and devil get to feel this world. That faithfully will not be that your sunset fall.
This is super spooky.
That was a very like Slender Man looking
Yeah.
creature. One of our commenters on the Nymphetamine Fix video, he said that he just really can't get into Danny's vocals.
Yeah.
And as I was listening to him the next day, I realized like he has a very like banshee sound,
Yeah.
and it's super unique. Like I know there are other bands who have similar vocal sounds, but it's not really common.
Yeah.
And it, especially amongst like the death metal and just metal scene in general, you don't hear banshee type
Yeah.
screams that
No,
often.
it's interesting because it's not a full scream that you hear with like a lot of blackened metal.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it still carries that same tone.
Yeah. And like his like whatever octave he's singing in is definitely it's a lot higher than most like black and metal. But also just like his voice is so different from other vocalists.
Well, I like when he started singing too. It was I kind of have a feeling in this song anyways that he doesn't go with like I guess like basic song structure, like the normal song structure. He plays around with it and kind of does whatever he wants. And it feels almost more like he's telling a story rather than
a song. I totally felt the same thing when I listened to this the first time too.
Super neat, and it adds to the eerie, creepy vibe too. So I don't know.
Like it sounds more like it would be like in a movie or in a musical to depict the horrors that were happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If a narrative.
Yeah. I'm trying to think like I don't know, this is a weird thing to say, but like if Edward Scissorhands was more of a horror film than like a romance.
Yes.
Like this is the sort of like narrator over the top that I would, you know? Like
yeah. I love that analogy.
I don't know.
If you hear, so there's her soprano, Danny's vocals, and then you hear that like super guttural growl happening, like in the very bottom of all of those notes. I love having like all three of those sounds all at the exact same time.
It's a really cool sound. Oh, that's interesting. It's so chaotic.
I mean, that's like the third change up.
Yeah.
Fourth.
Yeah, this is giving me that Queen song.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like a very Rhapsody vibe of
like how many songs can we fit into one song?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And then the fade out.
How long was the video? Like 4.5 minutes?
Yeah, 4.5.
I feel like this song is longer.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's 6.5 minutes.
Somebody had commented too. I feel bad. Somebody had commented saying that we need.
Well, we didn't do that. I apologize.
Okay.
Their sound is just like so bizarre, and I really
that
like
was,
it.
That was
but
really
I also
fun.
totally get why people don't like it at all.
Yeah. This one's not going on my playlist, but I thought it was an adventure. Like it was a whole lot of fun. And I can see why people, why they have like a cult following.
Yeah.
Like it's That's pretty cool. And what we talked about the last video too, of how many bands they've inspired.
Yes.
They're definitely trendsetters. They definitely broke the mold on a bunch of different things. You know, unless I'm just completely blind to a lot of different like blackened metal. But no, that was really cool. That, yeah, I'd say like the Bohemian Rhapsody of black metal. Because yeah, there was so much that like it was definitely a journey from start to finish.
And it was like a narration of a story.
Yeah. There were a bunch of different types of screams too, not just the different features that they had on there, not the different featured vocalists, right? But like Danny's voice in particular had.
I know, because he
went through the gamut on that.
He had that like banshee scream, but also there at the end he did like some like really deep growls, which he didn't do in Amphetamine Fix at all.
Yeah.
And so hearing that range is, but it's also really interesting for me anyway, thinking like, okay, so he can do all of it, but that like banshee sound is like his go-to sound.
Yeah.
I think that's really interesting because that's not like what gets radio play,
right? Necessarily.
But
like black metal was never about the
radio play.
So that's cool. I'm glad I listened to that. That's pretty awesome.
But like now I also, after listening to them since our first reaction, like I get why they have a cult following. Like you said, I do feel like I've missed out because this is a sound that I'm super into.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that like grungy.
Yeah.
Like
we need
weird sound.
I think we need to react to some thrash metal. I don't think you've really listened to any good thrash metal.
Probably no.
We should definitely get onto that because I think that's kind of up your alley too. So
okay. So Her Ghost in the Fog by Cradle of Filth. The moon she hangs like a cruel portrait. Soft winds whisper the bidding of trees. As this tragedy starts with a shattered glass heart and the mid-nightmare trampling of dreams. But oh, no tears, please. Fear and pain may accompany death, but it is desire that shepherds its certainty, as we shall see. She was divinity's creature that kissed the cold mirrors, a queen of snows far beyond compare. Lips attuned to symmetry, lips attuned to symmetry sought her everywhere. Dark liquored eyes, an Arabian nightmare. She shone on watercolors of my pond life as pearl, until those who couldn't have her cut her free of this world. That fateful eve when the trees stank of sunset and camphor, their lanterns chased phantoms and threw an inquisitive glance, like the shadows they cast on my love-picking rue by the light of the moon. Putting reason to flight or to death as their way, they crept through woods mesmerized by the taffeta lay of her hips that held sway. Over all they surveyed, save a mist on the rise, a deadly blessing to hide her ghost in the fog. They raped left, 5 men of God, her ghost in the fog. Dawn discovered her there, beneath the cedar's stare, silk dress torn, her raven hair flown to gown, her beauty bared, was starred with frost. I knew her lost, I wept till tears crept back to prayer. She'd sworn me vows in fragrant blood, never to part, lest jealous heaven stole our hearts. Then this I screamed, come back to me, for I was born in love with thee. So why should fate stand in between? I know we said this the last time, but like their lyrics read like poetry, not like regular lyrics.
Yeah, no, it's a ghost story. This whole thing is a ghost story, which is super dope.
And as I drowned her gentle curves with dreams unsaid and final words, I espied a gleam trodden to earth, the church bell tower key. The village mourned her by the by, for she'd been a witch their men had longed to try, and I broke under Christ, seeking guilty signs, my tortured soul on ice. A queen of snow, far beyond compare, lips attuned to symmetry, sought her everywhere. Trappistine eyes, an Arabian nightmare. Dang, the vocabulary in this is like... She was ersuli possessed of milky white skin, my porcelain yin, a graceful angel of sin. And so for her, the breeze stank of sunset and camphor. My lantern chased her phantom and blew their chapel ablaze, and all locked into a pain best reserved for judgment that their Bible construed. Putting reason to flight or to flame unashamed, I swept from cries mesmerized by the taffeta lay or her hips that held sway over all those at bay, save the mist on the rise, a final blessing to hide her ghost in the fog. And I embraced where lovers rot, her ghost in the fog. I would love to have like a book of their lyrics. Like I have my complete works of Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah.
I would like to have like a complete works of Cradle of Filth.
That would be pretty dope, actually. I'm actually really interested in hearing more of their stuff. For me, it's less about just like hearing the music and more about the whole experience.
Yeah, because
I
it's
think that's neat.
like the whole the song, the video, the lyrics. It's if you miss one of those pieces, you're not getting the full story.
Yeah.
I know it's not written in iambic pentameter, but it reads like Shakespeare in that it has that weird cadence. And if you try and say the next line with the same cadence as the first line, the rhythm will be off somehow. And like, I don't know. I really like how they write. I thoroughly enjoy their sound.
No, I really enjoyed it. And yeah, I guess let us know what we should react to next.
We do have I was going to say a short list. We have kind of a long list from the last Cradle of Filth video. You guys came through with the black and metal suggestions.
And
there's
a few other bands. We
will be slowly going through that long list. Some of them I have listened to, and he has not listened to any of them.
To any of it.
So that'll be fun for me.
I'm stoked.
Anyway, thank you for joining us tonight. We had a lot of fun with this. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Click the link in the bio for things like links to our other social medias, links to our wonderful 1,000 subscribers mug. We are nearing that 1,000 subscriber mark, so get yours while you still can.
I love it.
That's all I have to say. So I'm never going to end these well.